Maintenance systems online. All systems nominal.
Welcome back, players, to the Far Reaches Neo Vagos. Last time we left off, the party had gone to the central city park and apprehended two of the Hawker gang's leaders. With them subdued, you had gone back to the car, and I think that's where we had left off. You got them back to the car. I'm assuming that you guys would put them in the trunk of the car, correct?
On the hood. We put them on the hood.
Does anyone else want to give their input of where they put the gang members?
Actually, well, we have to put them in the trunk because my seat is the hood.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they got to go on the trunk.
Or at least the roof. No, they can go on the hood because I go on the roof. Never mind. Wherever. You guys pick. I'm too choosy.
Too choosy.
Listen, the guy that's really shot up, he goes in the trunk. The one that's less beat up, he goes on the hood.
He gets tied to the bumper.
You can take it.
Gets tied to the bumper. Are you gonna drag him like Mad Max? Just drag him across the desert? All right.
No, we might get pulled over for that.
No, we're gonna tie him in a way where only his the very edge of his butt touches the asphalt. You know, the very just the road is just tickling cheek. You know what I mean?
I don't know what I've done to create such monsters, but I'm now scared.
All right, fine. Let's go with that.
No, wait. Whatever we do.
Okay. Harlow, as your fellow comrades are deciding on where they're going to put the enemy combatants, do you have a specific area that you want to go to do what you will with these members?
There's a parking ramp somewhere that doesn't have very many people in it.
Fair. There's a few in the city.
Let's go to a slummier area. Let's go to one of the a rundown underground parking garage. You know what I mean? I'm not taking them back to my place. God no. I don't have a place.
I don't have that thing.
It's not like I have a torture basement.
Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure.
John Cena asked from the back of your car, "Are you sure about that?"
I'm very sure about that.
Yeah. Roll me a survival check to see if you would know of any places nearby.
Let me just do
Mr.
this
Cena, you rascal.
I do not have a good survival, so 10.
You know one about from the park. It's been a long while since you've gone to that place, but it's usually pretty secluded. Not a lot of cars parked there, or at least not a lot of active users parked there, I should say. But yeah, you know of a car park about 30 minutes away that you can go to.
All right, that'll work.
I'm assuming everyone gets in the car.
Yes, indeed, I get on the car.
God damn it.
Ike climbs into the back seat.
And
It's so smoky that I have no idea where I'm sitting.
after the first hour of smoking, like everything just becomes smoke filled in your eyes. Your cyber eyes become filled with like digital smoke. Yeah, so Harlow, you have the wheel. I would like you to make me a, I'm going to say survival, but let's double check just to be sure. Actually, let's have you do it. Oh, that might not be good for you either. But let's have you do a either insight or survival. Or if you want to petition to me another skill that you could use for driving, making your way through traffic, I will accept.
If it's about knowing where I'm going, I can see what you're saying. If it's about getting there quickly and safely, acrobatics. Dexterity with the hands.
Which one would you prefer?
Probably safely. Oh, knowing where I'm going, I don't have anything in either of these, but not bad.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, again, the last combat encounter only took you a little, like maybe a little bit over 2 minutes to complete, and with these guys apprehended, it's still morning time. Most people are at work now or at home, so there's not a lot of traffic as you make your way to the parking garage. You get there, instead of about taking the 30 minutes that you estimated it would take, it takes about, I would say closer to about 20, 15 in between that area. There's, as you all start seeing the parking structure come in view, this isn't like a 3-floor like regular car park for like the hospital or whatever. This is like a skyscraper full of cars.
Well, this isn't very secluded at all.
Well, but it's also like, this is where rental cars are stored and stuff like that. So not a lot of foot traffic, especially this time of day. You have 100 floors, which 100 being the top floor, and that's usually like maintenance people.
Are there any basement levels?
Ooh. I'm going to have you roll me an investigation check to see if you can see any buttons that look like they might lead to a basement.
Oh,
17.
also, did you say there were car elevators? Wait.
Yeah, there's still like,
Okay.
you can still drive up them manually, but they also have like a central pillar where the cars are that is an elevator in itself. But yes, you would see that there are 3 sub-basement levels that are for more secure cars. They cost a little bit extra to park in. But you could, I mean, since you guys are going to be here for probably less than an hour, it's not going to be too bad. Like, you're probably looking at maybe 20 extra credits over what it usually would cost for an hour to be here.
Just spend it. Let's get rolling on this.
Hello?
Where
I'm sorry, are you referring to me? What
Yes.
can I do for you?
you're the one
So-
driving, aren't you?
Yes.
Harlow is getting second wind of the weed vapors from the back, and it's slowly
Nah, he's on
affecting
his phone. Smack.
Yeah,
No. Harlow,
Guys,
get off of...
guys, Azure Lane 5
Drop
just came
off
out.
there.
They got some new ships. I gotta play it.
He's on
Get
his
off podcast.
integrated device. Can you imagine playing a gotcha in your brain?
Oh no, dude. Can you imagine getting an enforced ad in your brain? An unskippable 30-second ad?
That's true dystopia.
That's, yeah.
Welcome to Neo Vegas, baby. Yeah. Where your nightmares are a reality.
I rolled to use my night vision module. I rolled a 1. Well, you get a 30-second unskippable ad that completely blocks your vision.
Unfortunately, it's also on the. It's also contracted by the people at Amazon at Spacezon, so you
And
get 3 more
also,
30-second
unfortunately,
unskippable ads.
Yeah, and also, unfortunately, you have really bad service right now, so it's stuttering and freezing and stopping.
Buffering ads in the future. Buffering ads in the future.
You know it's that far in the future that it's purposely designed
Yeah,
that way.
it's-
There's no loss of connection.
Yeah, exactly. They've made sub-penetrating Wi-Fi at this point, but they purposely do it for you just to piss you off even more. They want you to buy the premium service.
That's messed up.
Right.
But no, Harlow, depending on how long you are gonna be here, it costs about 20 extra credits per hour for the sub-basement garages. You would know, though, that they are more secluded.
I'll pay extra $20. Fine.
Okay. So do you guys take do you take the elevator down to these sub-basement levels, or do you drive down them?
Drive down them.
Arlo's e-braking around every corner.
Yup. Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna need you to roll me a drift.
Not
skill.
actually.
Since you're not trained in the ways of the drift, you have a -2 modifier to it.
I'd like to use the Tokyo ramp.
Ooh. That's some supreme drifting skills right there. You're gonna have a -4 modifier to your drift skill now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ike and Shaudinius, as you guys, since you're like right next to the trunk where these guys are being held, as soon as you get to the first basement and the light of natural day disappears, you would hear, like, I don't want to say whimpering, but the sounds of panic behind you from the trunk.
I'm kidding. I don't laugh.
I could just start laughing.
Yeah.
They still think we're gonna kill
Bitches
him.
be bitches.
I get it.
Bitches be bitches, he says.
I'd be pretty concerned too if I were in their position.
All right. Which are you just gonna look for the first space, or are you gonna look for like the darkest space that no one's going to be able to peer into?
Pretty much looking for like at least the most, like, no one, like, people coming in here, they're not just gonna like see it. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Getting
yeah.
pretty hyper specific here.
So yeah, you're probably gonna go for the third basement floor, which is the lowest they have. Whereas the floors above ground, those are all like 1 floor each. Each of the basement floors has, like, the ramp is much longer to the next floor, and you would see the support pillars for this massive building as you're driving down. Either way, yeah, you get to the 3rd floor. This place seems like the 2 floors above, the basement 1 and 2, they seemed a bit secluded. You might have seen like a few people walking by. There's no one
This
on
feels
this.
like a trap, boys.
There's no one on this floor. Like, there's a bunch of like armored vehicles. You would see like SUVs that have like tank armor on them, more or less. Although they're painted to look like they're regular vehicles, they're obviously like made for merc
They're
compounds.
beefy.
Harlow, you've seen these when you used to work for Adler Incorporated. But I'm going to take a drink. As you get to the 3rd floor, you see like one space in the back where the light above is just very dim. It looks like it's barely functioning.
Okay. And yeah, we're just gonna do this in the back of the van because we don't want a bunch of echo.
Oh, does your sedan transform into a Does your wagon
No, I guess it's not. It's a wagon. I guess I can't really do that.
does it
Yeah,
does it transform into a robot, and one of its ultimate forms is a van too?
No, we have the photo of the person that got hurt. We can ascertain locations after we drag them out here and beat them up a little bit. It'll be good. It'll be
Fair. Okay. Yeah. So as you
Is there a camera system? Sorry. Is there a camera system around anywhere?
make me an intelligence check to see if you can see one in your subnets. At a 7. You don't detect the presence of any cameras, at least not on this floor. On the first floor where you guys bought the ticket, you would have detected some cameras, but right now, there doesn't seem to be any that you can ping.
Would I know from being around long enough, like, what kind of security is around this place?
Make me a history
Just from,
check.
like... Alright. I will definitely do that. History. It's what I went in for it for.
history dictates.
That's a 19.
Yeah.
While there is security for the 2 floors above, and you saw some of the guys that were armed, there doesn't seem to be any security here. You would realize that the reason why is because if anyone looks like they're going to be causing trouble, most likely the 2 floors above would have stopped those people. Like, it was clear these
Right.
people were coming in to blow up the place. Usually security has a keen eye for that stuff. But you would also know that, like, the high rollers don't come down here. The high rollers that have the really, like, expensive cars that you don't store anywhere else, they store those in the upper 10 levels of these giant car towers.
Yeah, basically the parking lot penthouse.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you would know that most security efforts are going to be focused on those upper 10 floors. Below that, there will be, like, cameras here and there, but they're not going to be, like, actively checking those all the time. Most of these parking garages, unless you're going for, like, the Golden Pearl, a lot of these parking towers aren't going to have dedicated net watchers. Usually it's just going to be some guy who will come in, go over all the tapes really quickly over an hour, and then if there's anything suspicious, they'll report it then. But right now, in this tower, you figure that's probably not how it happens.
Okay. That's probably important information, right, guys?
Yeah.
That's probably important information.
Thank goodness our robot's working again.
He's doing good. He's doing good.
You were all a bit worried when he fumbled all those punches last time.
New parts.
Yeah, exactly. You can listen to faulty connections. So, you're all parked. There doesn't seem to be any cameras around. Adam, I'm assuming that you're going to tell them, like, okay, hey, like, listen, security's not going to be too much of a bother down here unless we're really, really loud. So,
Absolutely.
like, unless you guys are shooting, like, unless it sounds like you guys are full auto shooting, there's not going to be any people coming down here to question anything.
Let's not get into huge fights this time.
Let me do the punching. I missed.
We'll
I missed again.
take him down quietly.
Popping smoke.
You see he pulls out a grenade-sized joint and lights it up.
Snaps fingers, crouches, don't follow me.
For some reason, he mimics the stalkers from StarCraft 2. Back to the shadows.
Oh, would that be a performance role then?
That's actually a good one. I like that. You can stay. Yeah, you guys are here now. What would you all like to do with your newfound friends, I should say?
Hey, buddy. We need to know about the people who beat this person up.
Do you have you opened up the trunk and like talking to them while they're still
Oh yeah, we're
inside?
dragging them out.
Oh, as you're dragging them out, you're asking them?
Yeah.
Are you trying to intimidate him or not yet?
Not yet. I'm good copping it.
Listen, we didn't put out a hit on anyone like that. We don't attack small timers.
Is he next? Is he like against a wall or something?
I mean, he's currently being dragged out of the car. I'm assuming that you guys like zip cuffed them, so like they can't move their arms or legs. They're at your guys' whim. How hard you move them, if you pin them against the walls, that's up to you guys.
Let's just sit them down on the parking lot floor.
We can put him up against a pillar, and then I can punch through the concrete of the pillar and be the bad, like, not the bad cop, but the crazy robot that you guys are gonna sick on him. You know, kind of vibes.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Yeah.
I could dig that.
Robot bad cop that can't kill people. That's gonna go great.
I never said I couldn't kill people.
He just doesn't want to.
It's a moral choice to go, like, I don't prefer it.
Asimov's 3 laws of robotics are now kind of like Asimov's 3 suggestions of robotics.
No, and I am not programmed with Asimov laws because they're flawed.
We learned after the first century of having robots, it really wasn't a great fighting force.
They learned it years before my time. Like, that was already settled. And suddenly Adam starts going off about the siege of the iRobot. Back in my day.
You regale them with tales of Will Smith flying through the air to destroy AI, evil, corrupt AI. In your telling, it's much better than the movie.
Yeah.
I really want to rewatch that movie, damn it. Either way. Yeah, so, I mean, Adam can describe to you whether or not he can kill people, but you haven't seen him do it to this point. He's kind of been like the gentle soul of the party so far. Except for when he whipped all those punches yesterday. Or earlier.
Well, we don't need to bring that up, do we?
I'm going to bring it up every chance I can get. So, do you guys set these guys up to sit on the floor, like, next to a pillar, or against the wall behind the parking spot, or against the car?
Probably against the wall. I don't want to dent my car any more than it already is.
Yeah, you don't need more patina to that. Patina. Yeah, so, yeah, he spills to you that we don't go after small timers. We get hired for big time people. I've never seen that person before.
But someone's seen it. Someone's seen him. Come on.
One of your boys knows.
Okay, I don't know if you know how big our organization is. We're huge. We're multi-planetary. This could be on any planet, and you're asking me, like, the local area guy, if I know.
It's on this planet.
I'm about to burn my blunt into your shoulder.
Did we have an additional image of like the people who directly attacked her?
Ike would still have the video file. Harlow and Adam and Chowdinius, you could probably pull a screen grab of the video that you saw in the text message, but Ike is the one who sent the file, so he would have the full video.
Yeah, Ike, you
I
got
can't
that?
necessarily show people pictures.
You don't have a printer?
Just an old Xerox machine.
Yeah, he opens his chest. This will take
It'd just be like a
1.3
Polaroid.
minutes. Eek, 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 eek. I ran out of ink. Oopsie.
Do we have any carbon paper? What do you mean that went out of style 200 years ago?
No one has paper anymore. It's a seashells.
Yeah, it's 3 seashells, man.
Seashells.
Come on.
Yeah, let me just grab out my seashell here.
How else will I strike against the environment?
Come on, Ike, you have a device.
Like I
Pulls
said-
it out of his pocket, and everybody gathers around to watch.
Ike whips it out while everybody stares.
Yep.
I mean, his device is a pretty average size. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's not the
Damn.
iPhone. It's not the Samsung Note 5000 extra large. It's just the Samsung Note 4900.
Really did you like that?
That's fair.
I say that like I've been like studying it, and I'm like, yes, it's just mediocre.
You have been studying his device. You're the DM.
Oh, that's true. Oh, no. But yeah, you could also put this in projection mode so it can play in front of the suspects. Like, that's kind of average technology nowadays, especially with most holo pads and holo devices.
Hell yeah. Well, we're putting in projection mode here. We're going to let them see what we see. We're going to get down to the bottom of this.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you gonna play the full video of it?
Probably just to
Yeah.
push their heads like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, we're going to play the full video.
If you guys want to, you can roll insight to see if you can detect. For insight, you're trying to see like if any of their faces show any recognition to the people.
I'm slightly autistic and bad at
Oh,
knowing
no.
what people are thinking with their face.
I am as well.
The first 2 rolls, both 7s.
Lucky sevens, baby. A
Wait, you
third
said
will
it-
work.
You said insight though?
Yeah, insight.
I am great at that. That's a 24.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Harlow, robot's getting back into it.
I've been around, boys.
Oh, excuse me. Chowdinius,
Don't you wish you've had this experience?
You
Go
could
ahead.
also
I can't see
roll-
through the smoke.
Okay. you can try and detect the circuitry inside their head, because these guys are pretty modded out as well.
So can I investigate it, or what am I?
Yeah, you can roll investigation to see like if you're noticing any like high spike signatures as they're watching the video.
It's an 11.
And 11. Weird that it's not picking up at full volume. Oh well. Give me a second here. This is strange. Oh well. Whatever. Yeah. You aren't detecting any very strong presences of signatures in their electrical systems, Chowdinius. Adam, you would see on the one who seemed very smack talky to you earlier and tried to fight you one-on-one, he seems to recognize immediately the video file.
I nudge Harlow and kind of thumb at the guy who reacted that way.
Come on, buddy. What's the scoop? Something making you uncomfortable?
He begins to chuckle. I mean, you actually have me scared that we might have done wrong to someone. Do you know how old that video is? That was when we were still fresh comers to this place. Like, we had barely started on this.
I remember when I was a virgin.
That fight lasted about 10 seconds and I was beat afterwards. But it was the best fight of my life. Yeah.
Apparently,
So,
whoever that is, a little upset at you guys for what you did. I don't care if you guys are newcomers on the street or not. I've been around the block.
yeah, they're about 25 years late, too. That person died after we were finished with them 25 years ago. I was there. That was my initiation.
Oh, it was? Oh, then you are one of the people we're looking for.
Time does not fade your sins. And I go to punch him. Like, really hard.
All right, give me a punch at advantage since he is immobile.
Yeah. Just like a good gut punch. A good interrogation punch, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You can only get advantage once, so, you know, I can't go double advantage time, baby.
There you go. 18.
And 18 hits.
You want the damage to get out of my way, die.
I want the damage, yeah.
There you go. It's just 6 damage.
As you feel ribs crack as you punch him right in the solar plexus. And he, like, heals over. As he, like, brings himself to, like, lean back up, blood, like, he spits blood out to the side. I mean, you could kill me, but whoever's using that for whatever on you, either they're really old or they have a real big grudge. 'Cause that person, they meant nothing. They were a contract that our boss picked up, and that was my first job.
Apparently they weren't nothing if, well, let's be honest here. What the person is offering us, and it's quite a bit. It's worth more to me than a bullet. And you're worth even less than a bullet to me. So, my priorities are straight. Are yours?
You have no power to determine someone's worth. And Adam crouches down to get like face to face with him. I am medically trained to keep you alive for as long as possible. Intimidation roll?
Oh, roll me that intimidation.
I don't have it. Yay! 5! Dang it!
As you lean down, he looks up at your featureless, like, face mask, and he just grins. Everyone would see him grinning. As he goes, and if my bosses think that I'm not useful anymore, well, by contractual obligations, they can shut me off at any time. And you can't bring someone back with an exploded heart.
I don't think we were asked to bring you back.
No, but your buddy's trying to act like he can bring me back. You can't resuscitate a heart if it ain't there anymore, you know.
I could definitely see if I can take that device out.
I mean, you can try, but
He is actually a very skilled surgeon. I do not elaborate any further.
Cut to half an hour ago. I am going.
Yeah.
Knock knock. Who's there? With. Damn it.
Damn it.
He's really accurate. I promise.
I'm accurate with finesse, not force. Okay.
But he is not one to mess around. So I'd start talking if I were you, buddy. Come on, give us up the rest.
Harlow, you can make a Harlow, Chaldinius, and Adam. You can all try and make history checks to see if there's any devices that sound similar to what he's describing. But at this point, he's just like he's grinning as blood is like coming out of his nose and out of his lips.
16 for history.
Nice. I see yours as well, Chaldinius. You would both know, Chaldinius, you've heard of gruesome stories of like hackers that have been involved with companies that will, after they're done being useful, will expire. And it's just his heart must have been, his or her heart must have been overloaded somehow, or they must have just been on too much adrenaline and it just exploded. Adam, you would remember when legal companies started first introducing this on what they called street lawyers if they went too far out of line.
Oh yeah. Dang. Basically like, oh, you disobeyed your contract, click.
Yeah.
The kill switch.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's if you're behaving too far out of your pay grade, or if you're not doing enough for the company, or just like if you're doing anything that is stipulated in your contract that you're not supposed to do, we can end you before the cops can get to you, before anyone else can get to you.
Yeah, there was a scandal a long time ago about a CEO who apparently clicked his own button, even though he was currently in arguments with higher ups, like his elders on the board. But nobody could peel apart that case because it was so shut down.
Well, especially with CEOs and like companies that employ these measures, yeah, this is stuff that like they have their own internal investigations, and the police aren't allowed to touch it. Especially in Neo Vegas, that's kind of a big no-no.
You know, it would actually be quite a challenge to remove one of these devices. If Adam had eyes, you'd see them gleam. He
That
starts
looks
rubbing his mechanical hands together.
That look scares me.
I'm not afraid of any man, but that thing scares me.
Good.
Adam begins making pyro noises.
Oh no.
Adam, as you're leaning in further, you can like. I'm assuming that Adam doesn't see like maybe he has a facial recognition scanner, but like I'm assuming you see more like a bitmap than you actually do like the actual human face. Right?
I mean, it's probably, it's hard to tell. It's probably just like a, yeah, I'd say.
You can see that his grin hasn't stopped, as he's just like, I mean, you can try and go ahead and remove it, but either way, whether the bosses see me as Dunzo or you try to fish it out, I'm going boom.
Can we do another history check to see if there's any history of it being removed?
I'm going to have.
Hey, could I use a medicine save?
To see if it's been removed?
Yeah, since I know that I know some history of it, could I like remember like my medical history? Have I ever heard of something like that?
You can both give me your separate checks at disadvantage, since most of that information is usually privatized or classified as soon as it's released.
One of the rolls was a 20. 10.
So how do I do at disadvantage or just roll anyways?
Just roll twice, and then the lower roll is the one that you're going to pick.
So it's history?
Yeah, you can use a history check.
Yep. If you're using D&D Beyond, you can right-click on the stat, and it'll allow you to roll it at disadvantage.
At a 9 for history, you've heard of a few cases of people trying to take them out, but as one eye is focusing on the scene before you and trying to I imagine a wiper blade trying to wipe away fog. As you're trying to focus on this, you're searching through the files of history of these devices. Every time that you can see in the history, it just hasn't come up as a success. Either the information's been classified, or if it's not someone in-house, the medical practitioner almost always sets off the trigger.
Okay. Well, yeah,
as they're doing this, make a perception check, please. Just a straight roll. Yeah, you're watching this interrogation go down. Both of them seem like they're... Although one of them is being interrogated, the other one just seems kind of tuned out. But it doesn't look strange at all to you.
Keep on intimidating them, guys.
Listen, can I get a smoke, maybe? That would be... I'm not saying I'm wishing to die or anything, but if I do, I'd like to have one last smoke before I do pass.
Well, what smoke is he referring to?
Harlow will hand him a cigarette. I still don't think we're gonna kill him. I just, I'll keep the illusion on that we're gonna kill him for now.
I never said I was gonna kill him.
Yeah, that was
I
not.
was just gonna turn him into or use him for medical advancement.
For medical research purposes.
Yeah, Harlow.
Be the first to remove one of these things.
Harlow, you put the cigarette in his lips, and I'm assuming light it up for him as well, and he just takes a long, just inhale of it before exhaling out the other side of his mouth. That's the good stuff right there, yeah. Oh.
You're not gonna catch me smoking the bad stuff.
You see, you'll get it. You'll get it. But
What was the company you called it that I used to work for?
You used to work for Adler Incorporated. At the time, they were called Adler Incorporated. They were an information broker. By the time you were leaving, they became Adler Security Systems.
Yeah, I used to work for Adler. They like getting you addicted.
Oh yeah, I heard they recently switched over to our system too. It's great.
What do you mean your system?
I mean, as in the if you ain't useful, tick tick boom kind of system. A lot
Yeah.
of companies like switching over to that nowadays. It's good to keep a strict hand around the body,
Yeah. I left before that happened.
Ain't you lucky? I got in when it was happening, so fun times all around. Either way.
Always good times.
That file is so old that if someone's coming after us now for it, they got a hell of a lot more trouble than they bargained for. So, if you want to kill me, I recommend you do it. Because, I mean...
What if they sent it as a reminder? Or an omen? Your oldest enemy.
This person meant something to someone very expensive. Whatever that is.
You want to enhance on the lady there in the photograph so we can all take a good look at her?
Come on, there ain't no reason to be perverts around here. You know what?
No. I want to show you something to show you who she meant to and why it doesn't matter anymore. Because that person don't matter to anyone important anymore.
All right, I'll zoom in.
Zoom into her hair, right at the tip of the forehead. If you notice, she'll have a gold pin, shaped like a snake. She used to be important because she was one of the Empress's girls. We kind of undermined that entire situation.
You're cutting out.
Yeah, you're cutting out. Al.
Oopsie. She used to be, if you notice, like right in the right on the hair, above her forehead, there's a little gold pin. If you zoom in,
You're still cutting out.
why is it so?
There's an oopsies.
I'm gonna break my microphone.
But then we won't be able to hear you at all.
Unstable.
Okay, so if you zoom into her forehead on her hair, you'll see she's got a golden pin right there. You know, is shaped like a snake. She used to be one of the Empress's gals. You know, worked on the
You're
old.
still cutting out.
Why it?
Yeah, we know she used to work on the deal.
On the old...
She used to work the poles, but not the metal kind. You know what I'm saying? Why? I don't...
Ike zooms in a little further for everyone to see.
I have my gain at 10 out of 10. So I don't understand why it's cutting out. Either way, she used to mean something a long time ago. But she ain't mattered for about 50 years now. That was kind of the final send-off to the Empress's era, you know. The final nail in the coffin, so to say. So, if anyone's bringing her up now, they've got a whole different problem to worry about.
I'm just saying, it seems like you, without knowing what the opposition is, I think you may be underestimating it. You could say that we were presented some strange threats if we didn't. So, who put the hit out?
Come on, man. We're going to figure it out either way.
The queen
If it's
herself did it.
The queen herself.
She wanted to show to the world that we was done with the old era and we were moving on to the new system. And the way to do that is to wipe everyone out that had connections with the old times. So, the only reason why I can think that that footage is being used right now is because what good is a threat other than to put someone in their place or to take their eyes off of a different situation?
And how exactly do you suspect that is the case? What evidence do you have? Anywhere near.
Simply what situation? What are they trying to blind us to?
I don't know. But I'll tell you this much. I was gonna retire in 2 years anyways. I was already thinking of leaving this life and going to the full legal time. I'm kinda done with the whole boss and his stuff. That's all crazy to me. Even though still I'd technically be working for him under the new place, but that's...
Well, that was your issue right there. You invoked the law of irony by declaring you were going to retire. You just quit, man.
Are you busting out tvtropes.com on him? Well, see, you didn't have main protagonist power, so that's why you're kind of dying right now.
It's a canon event.
People go onto that site just to figure out who they're gonna be when they grow up. I mean, I don't know what's going on with you guys, but as I tried to make it clear earlier, I'm kind of like, if the organizations I worked for were a bunch of restaurants, I'm kind of like the manager of one restaurant, right? I work in a very limited area. I work in one store, okay? And you're talking about a corporation that owns stores on every planet that you can think of in these systems. So I'm kind of a nobody. If they're making you come after me, I mean, I'm not trying to say...
No, that is perfectly understandable,
Adam,
my friend.
I would like you to make me a perception or investigation check.
Okay. For investigation, perception is better. Oh, doesn't matter. 10.
You see, the secondary guy, the guy that he was talking to in the park earlier, his head kind of slumps down.
Or what's your issue?
Check his vitals, man.
Yeah, do you want me to? I'll check his vitals.
How are we gonna check his vitals?
I'm going to use one of my larger hands to check the artery on his neck, and I'm going to use one of my more delicate hands to check his wrist.
Give me a medicine check.
Yes. The 19.
You can tell that blood is still pumping through his neck, but with each, like, boom, boom, it's getting much fainter before it just stops entirely.
This guy is going into it's not even a cardiac arrest. His heart's failing. So this must be your boss's.
Electroshock to the chest, maybe.
You gotta give it a whirl at least.
Well, I'm gonna try to just I'm gonna have to, because this is the cybernetic age. CPR is not gonna work. All right, everybody
Is there any way we
clear.
can block the signal of them. They must be trying to kill switch him. Maybe
You can try to.
A good shock might fry it.
I think previously I've had you doing straight intelligence checks to see how good you can hack into the systems. So you can try and do that to which guy? The guy who slumped over and is in cardiac arrest, or the guy who's talking? Shout Aeneas.
What do you guys think? One guy's already been hit. I'm wondering if we should just try to go protect the guy that's still talking.
Yeah, you should hack into the guy who's still talking. I just kind of want to try to defib the guy who's on his way, because maybe we can prevent that from happening, and then he's stuck with us.
Okay, so you want me to do an intelligence on the guy that's talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to stop
Yep.
any signals.
Absolutely.
And then Adam, go ahead and make me another
Oof,
medicine check
7.
at disadvantage.
A medicine at disadvantage. Well, I guess I'll just roll a second one. Okay, 17 is my disadvantage check.
Okay. Chaldinius, as you begin trying to look into his systems, you notice a lot of them are like locked and then double locked, and there's like multiple like defragmenting softwares that are keeping you from getting anywhere near in. As Harlow and Ike, you would both see panic strike this guy's eyes as he like looks to the side. Cigarette drops out of his lips as he sees his buddy slumped over. Adam, you rub your knuckles together, get the shot going. Poof. You see him spark to life for a second. Like you would assume you could see some sort of boom in his chest, and then like it looks like he's about to come back, and then he just slumps over again.
I'll give it another go.
All right, just you're just gonna keep trying.
Well, okay. Can I increase the power at all?
Yeah, you can overcharge. You can overcharge Knuckles.
I don't want to explode him, dang it.
Well,
Give me
I
a-
mean, he's already going out,
Give me a
so
1d100.
Well, oh, goodness.
That level of force might be what we require.
24.
Okay. Yeah. You begin to you begin to take a few like subsystems offline that aren't really necessary to increase the electricity input into your knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Give me another medicine check.
Disadvantage or no?
Just straight.
Okay. Why you have to roll low at that point? 15.
As you press your knuckles against his chest, there's in the medicine field, at least from checks that you've read and from studies you've like looked over, there's a moment in time where a body can be resuscitated without much danger to the brain. But as that time starts to go further and further on, the more damage starts to happen to the brain as it begins to get deprived of oxygen, as well as
It's deprived of oxygen.
as the brain is deprived of oxygen and the blood begins to thicken inside of the veins and arteries. You are getting to the extreme point now of like there is no registering on his body that you are, other than like the little jolt of his chest, there's no registering of movement in his veins.
There was blood pumping in his neck artery 2 rounds ago. He's still got 3 more minutes before brain death.
Before brain death, yeah.
I do it again.
Okay, another medicine check. Chaldinius, if you want to, you can try again with the hacking as well.
Damn it. Come on. Don't do this to me.
That's intelligence?
Yeah, just straight intelligence again. Same
7
as-
again.
Same as last time. Like, you make a little headway over here, and then, like, you start trying to divert. Like, you're trying to
Clear.
hack over here and attack this sector, and then get to a different sector at the same time. but just as soon as you leave one hack and get to the other sector to attack with your hacking, like it seems to be
You're cutting out real bad again.
God, what? I don't know what's going on. You know what? I just wonder if it's computer. Let's just turn off noise suppression.
I don't think it's the computer.
Oh, I don't think it's a mic because I have that at full pickup, so
I think it's a connection issue.
I hope it's not a connection issue because I have the best damn internet I can get.
Is your Discord server
I hope not.
in a good spot?
Is it in a good spot? I mean, it's in the area that I live in, so it shouldn't be too bad. Is it still cutting out really bad, or is it not that bad right now?
It's not bad now.
Okay, I think it's just the noise suppression that's keeping it from whatever.
Yeah, that's a problem I have a lot too.
Okay. Well, either way, yeah, as you, Chowdinius, as you keep trying to hack into one system and get to the other sector, and like, you're trying, at this point, you're exerting a lot of effort into trying to get very minimal progress on this guy's system. And Harlow, he is just staring at you and he's like, listen, I don't know what's going on in your area, but something's happening and we're the pawns. So, I don't know, man. I got a sister. I don't want to die like this. Next to him, again and again, Adam, you are poof, poof.
No!
More and more. Give me an investigation.
18.
It's not that there's not circulation going on. It's that there's nothing to circulate anymore.
It boiled his blood away?
As in, the system was still pumping, but the area that was cleaning out the blood, the heart, seems to have vanished. You are now noticing as you're like, poof, you're getting more and more like, where you're putting your paddle fist to shock him at. You're getting more and more liquidity in his chest.
Man.
As you begin to realize, it's not that his heart has stopped. It's that his heart has, almost as if it's vanished. And now the cavity that was there is now filling with the blood that's supposed to be being pumped around the body.
Okay, so it's feasible that cybernetics can be like shut off with a precise amount of electricity, right?
Yeah, I mean, cybernetics still run on electricity.
And then as a robot, I'd probably understand pretty well how to like shut down another robot with an electric charge, right?
Yeah, you would also know that unlike a robot, a human body can only have so much electricity in it before other things start to go haywire. There's a very fine line between becoming cybernetically enhanced and becoming just full Borg, where you're replacing organs so that you can store batteries to charge your systems.
I understand that, but I feel like I feel like the cybernetics might be more sensitive, and maybe the body. If I give the guy who's still alive and talking a good jolt before his heart starts melting, could I short circuit the cybernetics inside of him, possibly saving his life?
You would realize that it is a very thin line, but it is possible that you could shut down some of the cybernetics without giving it overload and not shutting off the vital stuff.
I don't stop from looking at him, but I'm talking to the group, and I'm like, I could try to give him a hard reset.
I love that game.
What do you think? What do you guys think?
I mean, what else do we got to lose on this?
All right. What do I got to roll? I'm trying to get I'm trying to just fry his cybernetics, not kill him. You know, it might knock him out, but
all right. Give me a second here. before you,
This one's gonna be a
if
challenge.
if you look at my webcam, you will notice that there are 5 magical dice.
Oh no.
Highs or lows, and which die do you want rolled? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Roll 5.
Rolling 5. Highs or lows,
And-
baby.
Ooh. Ooh. Low.
All right. The lower you go, the more you'll be able to shut off just the single system. The higher we get, the more systems will shut off, and the more likelihood that you might overcharge parts of his body.
Come on, Al's cursed dice. Damn it! Of
That
course.
They
was-
are indeed cursed
It's
dice.
an 18. As you give this guy a shock, Chaldinius, as you're hacking in, you suddenly see all the firewalls stop. Chaldinius, I will allow you to make another intelligence hack at advantage. Roll twice and get pick the higher roll. To try
I
and shut
believe
off
in you.
To try and shut off the system as quickly as possible.
Stop and all right, here we go.
Oh damn! With the 21, almost like you're mid like putting all of your effort and your mental acuity into focusing on these systems. You are at this moment diverging your attention in 10 different ways in the net, trying to like attack from different vectors on his security, and then it all goes down. In a brief moment, you have the free will to do whatever you want with his body, as you realize all the systems are beginning to turn off one by one. And the security system, the last system to shut down, just shut down. I will give you 5 things to do out of 10 possible things. You can shut off the bomb that will shoot his heart. You can resuscitate his heart, resuscitate his mind so that he won't get oxygen depravity to his mind. And I was going to come up with things, 10 things. You can hack into his accounts and get like all the information you need. You can hack into his bank accounts. And that's the only 5 things I can think of, so you can do 3 of those.
Okay, what do you say, boys? We stop the bomb, and we stop his what was it? The heart thing.
You can
Make
bring
sure
you can
Last.
you can redirect the electricity so that it won't be stopping his heart for as long. Yeah.
Okay, I say we do those 2 things I mentioned, and maybe the bank account, so we get paid for this gig.
I like the bank accounts idea too. Plus the first 2.
That's not a
I'm good
bad
with that.
idea.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Those 3.
All right. As you are plugging away at these vectors, suddenly the systems go down. You stop. You like more or less delete the directory that was. You would read that the directory says TEL safe protocol. You delete that directory so his heart is still safe. You then redirect the electricity that is being focused into his heart and like shunt it to other systems in his body. Harlow, Adam, and Ike, you would all see as his body begins to like shudder and spasm as electricity is flowing directly into his muscles. Adam, you have a single moment to try and take some electricity away from his before it gets to his brain and fries it. You can make a
I'll
check.
definitely try to ground him as much as possible.
You can make
Medicine,
him-
you said?
A medicine check, yeah. Straight medicine roll.
23. Just the straight, no modifier?
Well, straight meaning no disadvantage, no advantage.
Right. Sorry.
As soon as you have pumped this electricity in, you, like, for a moment, you see his entire body slouch in front of you. Like, we're talking milliseconds at this point. And then you see his entire body begin to spasm as and you can see, like, individual muscles and nerves, like, all across his body. And you realize the next spot they're going for is up to his cranium. And you immediately ground it somehow, either by absorbing electricity back into your grips or whatever. Somehow
it's gonna hurt. It might hurt him a little bit, but I dig my fingers into like non-vital spots in his neck for perfect metal contact.
All right.
Sorry, it's gonna hurt, but it'll ground him.
Chaldinius, roll me a 1d100 as you begin looking at this guy's bank accounts. And, yeah.
He'd be dying and all, but what you got in here?
Yeah. Ooh, you got something that... Oh! Woo!
That's a
Look at that.
slapper. That's a slapper.
Chaldinius, you would see that this guy has been on payroll for TEL as well as a Golden Pearl subsidiary. It just says Golden Pearl Security Services. He has been on payroll for a long while, at least 20 years. And you are able to drain his accounts.
There goes his retirement.
What retirement?
We can't save him. This retirement's already here.
Rude.
High or lows? Everyone in the group.
Ooh, let's go low.
I don't know, you've been rolling pretty high, but I'm afraid to try to jump in on that. Low.
Low.
I've got
Guess I'll
3
go.
lows. Ike, did you say low as well?
Yeah.
All right. I've got 4 lows. All right. Chaldinius, you are able to pull away from his accounts. Both of them, you are able to pull away 25,000 golden chips from. More or less 250,000 credits. From each of his accounts. So you have a total of 500,000. Where would you like to put these into? Or are you just going to put them straight into your account for now?
Let's just... I don't know if I have access to these guys' information for bank statements or whatever. Maybe we can divvy it up after this, you know. Well, I don't know. Am I able to divvy it up right now to everybody equally?
You can wire it to yourself. It's honor system here.
Like right now you can put it to your account, and then afterwards you can transfer it. Like once you get the transfer initiated, transfer complete, you can then initiate a transfer to everyone else and pay them out equally.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Just try running with my money.
Well, it's technically you wouldn't have had the money if
Yeah,
I didn't do anything.
As soon as Chaldinius' eyes flash green as cash is infused directly into his bank account, Harlow,
Direct
Adam,
cash infusion.
yeah, he's got that stimmy in his account now.
That's stimmy.
Harlow, Ike, and Adam, you would all see as this guy. Oh my God! I thought I was a Ghana. Oh my goodness.
Come back to the world of the living.
You guys
like
put
I
away-
said, I was designed to keep people alive. Your friend, he was a little quiet. He should have been a little louder about his death. I could have saved him, maybe.
Well, I mean, you guys was talking to the right guy, I guess. Luck of the draw, we could say. You guys didn't have to do that though. Like, you could have just let me die.
Where's
We don't
the
like
fun
to
in
do
that?
that you were worried about.
Well, I mean,
We should make him the robot's pet.
come
that.
on, human, it is time for your daily walk. I don't
Time
want to go
for walkies.
outside. Don't make me get the leash. Oh, I'm sorry. Now bark.
Bark for me, human.
Woof.
It's so degrading.
Secretly, he's into it though.
Oh God.
I mean, listen, that's a debt. Like I said though, I've told you everything I know. That lady, we didn't even know her name. We were just told that was the target. We had to hit her. We did it. It was a job.
Tell us who told you.
I was told by my leader, my squad leader at the time.
Name?
Where's he?
Oh, now you got me coming up with names, damn it.
Well, why you gotta come up with names? You should already know it.
We'll handle this like a retail job since you're so corporate, sir. We'll
His-
just go up the chain of command.
We always use code name. My code name was Casper. His code name was Nakasome.
Well, you have been a very friendly ghost.
I don't get it.
You don't have to. My parents were into those, like, museum movies, you know?
Oh, see, I never got that with the people I grow up with. So yeah.
I get it.
But I mean, you could try tracking the guy down, but if I'm not dead and Jim is, then they're probably gonna know, and they're probably gonna silence me and anyone close to me.
Or they just think you're dead and you have a new star. You know, think positive.
I mean, I don't know how the system works. I just know that it blows us up. I don't know if they get a signal back after it's detonated or not. So,
Well, actually, it liquefies, from what I've seen. There was nothing inside your friend's chest but blood. You're very lucky.
yeah. So I can see.
I'd like for you to stick around.
You said that, and I could only think of Predator when Arnold throws his knife in the guy's chest. Stick around. Yeah,
Stick around! Stay for a while.
I mean, I don't know what you want with me.
Well, you have very interesting cybernetics. And now that that thing is deactivated inside of you, I have a better chance of taking it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're thinking you're going to get corporate secrets out of me or if you're going to be able to use my access code. But I mean, I can't go back to the office and be like, hey guys, it's me. I'm back.
You won't be going back.
Well, yeah.
And it's just curiosity. We will find your commander and we'll figure it out from there.
Behind Adam, as he says curiosity, a cat dies. Just. Oh no, it killed a cat again. Oh dear.
As you said, you're nothing. We
mean,
understand your value.
you guys got me tied up, so I can't really say no. I mean, I can say no, but I can't really do nothing right now. It would seem that most of my I can't move my arms, so it would seem like most of my upgrades are dead weight now.
Well, we'll be back for you with food. I'll be back for you with food at least.
Yeah, I've kind of had my time with you.
That sounded dirty.
I don't have any further questions.
Yeah, I've had my time with you.
No. No.
So where
No.
where does your boss call home?
I don't think he'd know that.
Well,
I mean, I work out of the corporate offices near the street. Near the park. That's where I work. So, I mean, I'm the top of where I get, but I get my stuff through the net. Like all my assignments, all my legal cases, all that stuff comes through the net, as does all my contacts are through there too. I don't think my phone's gonna work no more.
give me peace. Give me your phone.
Don't worry, I'm sure your friend,
front pocket,
or I'm
front
sure my comrade got a copy for you.
Yeah, I'll take his phone and which one of you is the hacker?
Monty is Harlow is slowly becoming a TAL associate. Yeah, I
Oh,
heard
no.
one of you guys was a hacker here.
Oh no.
Then you stop smoking so much and try and pull up that list.
Trace, baby.
Shaudinius, you've just got the transfer completed, and you see that your bank account is 500,000 credits richer.
Let's do. I want to distribute it to everybody.
Okay. I mean, you would. I'm gonna have you make me another intelligence check.
Not very smart today, boys.
Too much of the green
I
stuff.
mean, you put a lot of effort into that last hack to save this guy's life and get all of his bank account. You've been paid enough to be dumb for the rest of the day. That sounds really mean. I didn't mean it like that, but you know what I'm saying. You put a lot of effort and you got paid handsomely for it.
You meant to exactly
as you
how
try
said it.
looking through the payments that you got from the payments and all the contact stuff that you've gotten from Hard Deck, you realize that none of it contains information about the other people that you've been working with. Other than Buckenheimer, who you were personal friends with, you don't know these guys' like emails. You only have like a local comm access unit with them. You don't have their direct phone numbers or anything like that. So before you can you can set up 4 different, you can set it up so that you have 3 different outgoing balances, and then they're just pending addresses to go to. But you'd probably have to ask.
Okay,
them.
I'll just you know what? I'll just make a digital wallet for each member, and then I'll just give them the codes to it, and they can do what they want.
I'm just curious. Is he so high that he forgot that he doesn't have our numbers?
I mean, it's more so he just put a lot of effort. Like I said,
I'm drained.
Yeah, he was full on
dumb now.
focused on saving this guy, redirecting stopping the bomb, redirecting the current from his heart, and hacking his bank account all at the same time.
Yeah, dude, you can only do so much hacking in a day. Like, give him at least another Adderall.
No, he just needs a few more joints. He'll be perfectly fine afterwards. He'll be back in working order. But
He's a programmer. He needs his Addy.
do all of that and then do it within 6 seconds, and that's just what happened to him. So now it's kind of like now that he's going back to doing one task, it's like almost trying to work through a fog and trying to do something and drive straight at the same time. It's very difficult for him. So yeah, at the moment, like it's not like he's stunned, but it's more so like he's still focused on the previous task, and now he's trying to refocus, kind of. But yeah, Chaldinius, you can give them all, like, you can show them all a QR code that they can access the funds and then bring it to their own banks with as well.
Okay, I'm just gonna give their own individual codes to each one.
Okay, yeah. Each of you have, you can all, like, take a snapshot of the QR code that he flashes for each of you. Harlow, as Chaldinius is giving the code to Adam and Ike, as you're talking to this guy and you're like, where's your phone? He's like, oh, front pocket. I can't move, so you're gonna have to grab it.
All right. Yep. I'll grab that phone from him.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were waiting for a response. I was kind of a. Yep.
Code is 4051. It was my old house address, so yeah. And as you enter the code into his phone, like, you would see that. Oh, I'm going to have you give me a straight intelligence check, Harlow.
Ooh.
Or an investigation, either one.
Yeah, we'll go for the investi.
Okay.
Ooh, 19.
You would notice that as you unlock his phone, different, like, at least at first, it seems like his social media is being, like, erased as his phone is being disconnected from the main hard line at the legal office or wherever he was working at, as it's suspected that he's dead, so there's no point in having that on the phone still.
Gotcha.
With that investigation, you can either try to get Chaldinius to hack into the phone through you right now, or you can try and save the information yourself at advantage.
Save it at advantage? What would I need to give you?
It will be a straight intelligence check, as you're more or less trying to hack his information and send it to your email or your device.
11's the best you get from me.
Okay. You realize it, and then for a moment you're stunned as you're like, how do I stop this? And then you realize you have your phone right next to you. You push your hollow phone and his phone together, and then, like, it begins a transfer of all the data from his phone into your phone. Unfortunately, like I said, most of his emails and like his social media, any, like, miscellaneous information or stuff that was related directly to the organization has been deleted by the time it gets transferred to your phone, but you're able to pull most of his contact list from it, as well as a few emails as well.
All right. I was only able to pull a little bit, but are you able to trace any of this?
I mean, like I said,
I'm talking to Chow.
Oh, Chaldinius?
What should I roll?
Since he had a 19 investigation, you can. I'll allow you to make an intelligence check. Your intelligence hacking check at advantage. Since your partner has done such a great job at his job. Oh, damn. With a 20, you're able to pull the different contacts, their addresses, like you're he just has the phone numbers and like their emails stored. With the information, you feed it to an algorithm that you've made previously, and it spits out the address for each of these contacts. A few of them live outside of the city on different planets, but most of these contacts are within Neo Vegas. On top of that, a lot of these contacts work either in like under city activities like gambling, street gambling, gang leaders, stuff like that. You would also notice with the intelligence check, he has you listed as a contact on there, but you're pretty sure you've never worked as with this person before.
That's a little sus.
It's a bit sussy-wussy, you bucka.
Can I go ahead and share that information with my fellow companions?
Yeah, you've still got a shared comm link with all of them, so you can share it with them without him hearing.
Yeah. Well, this guy knows some things that he shouldn't know.
How do you mean?
He somehow knows me.
This guy?
Yeah.
Pointing at the guy we're interrogating.
Yeah.
How do you know Chow?
I mean, it was my job to know. I have to know, like, I have to know everyone that could be a contact in a let's say a gang rivalry. I gotta know both parties so I can litigate a ceasefire. You're probably looking at some old contacts. I haven't worked in the gang department for a while, so that might be a few years old at this point.
Chow, are you in a gang?
I was.
Now we know.
Well, you know, folks.
Interesting. Judging you silently. Just kidding.
Harlow
Judging
begins.
me with your eyebrows.
Harlow begins looking at you, and one of his eyebrows raises up, and he's
Nah, just.
It wasn't like, listen, it wasn't nothing nefarious or anything like that. It's more of a plan B. None of the gang members know that we know them. The Red Tigers don't know that we know the Golden Eagles either. Like, it's just kind of it's a job in case if there's a territory dispute or something like that and we represent one of them, we got to make sure that we have contacts with everyone else that they could be potentially in conflict with. So that way we're covering our butts and our clients' butts too.
So, but you were able to pull all the addresses off of that, basically.
Chowdinius was able to pull. Chowdinius, you have like, whereas from Harlow and the device, you got a list of numbers and names or potential names. You now have a list of old or modern addresses of these people, as well as full names and their nicknames.
And their aliases.
Yeah, like you can do a deeper background search into them with a different algorithm, but right now you just have their addresses, their full names, and like at least the alias that they're most known by. Give me an investigation, Chaldinius.
You said investigation?
Yeah, an investigation. Straight roll. As you're looking through the list of names, you would see one of them pop up as the boss in bold letters, and then underneath it, it would say A. Keimler, Keimler. And for its residence, it would list that he lives at the Golden Pearl. Under that, you would also see Boom. And with that, I believe it was called Boom. You would see another contact listed as Boss Number 1. And it would say M. M. Boomer, Boomer, with its residence, with that person's residence also being listed at the Golden Pearl. These two stand out to you. The rest of them are just normal text, but those two are like bold.
Hell,
Yeah.
did you make me into a boss?
No. Maybe. You don't know.
You don't know it. Stop saying it.
If you don't want to fight him, maybe you shouldn't ask. You know.
Maybe I shouldn't. You're right.
As you guys leave the parking garage, you notice that there's a giant walking building, and soon you realize it's not a walking building, it's a skyscraper-sized titan.
Roll initiative.
Does a 200 hit your AC of your car? Ooh.
Yeah.
As you're molten into slag.
Please no. Please no more.
But yeah, other than that, a lot of these contacts, you would recognize a few of them as, one of these contacts was the person that was under you at the time when you were the leader of the gang, as well as a few other gang leaders that you may or may not have met a long time ago when you were still in the game. Other than that, Chaldinius, most of these contacts just seem to be personal contacts or co-workers, possibly.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm back. Sorry.
It's very peculiar, boys. There's a lot of past known associates of mine.
Be concerned.
Interesting.
Are you saying that you might have used to work for these people?
I didn't just work for them. I ran them.
Are you speaking on the comm link or are you speaking out loud? All of you guys.
Link, probably?
Link, always.
I'm assuming so, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Or
Any
otherwise, this guy
sensitive
is just
information.
Hearing you guys talk about him, and he's like, oh, shit. Harlow, as you've been looking intently at his phone and occasionally looking over to Chaldinius and then pointing at him, he's kind of just been staring at you and then like occasionally glancing over to Chaldinius when you're looking at him or Ike or Adam. And he seems to be kind of like perplexed of what's going to happen next.
I'm gonna bring him to my apartment. Meaning my tiny storage shed.
Oh no.
You're coming home with me.
You're coming home with me. We're gonna get those bad cybernetics out of you, and make sure you have the best you, you have the best possible ability to start over.
You're saying this to him?
Yes.
But I mean, I kind of like my stuff. You know, I made it myself.
Well, yeah, but your stuff's broken.
Your stuff doesn't work, and it's owned by a corrupt corporation.
I mean,
And I mean, it did all just die, don't you remember?
yeah, but I don't know if you forgot what technology is like, but there's always someone that can repair stuff. I mean,
Yeah, but
you
it'll-
have to go to the chop shop for that stuff.
It'll always have the corporation signature on it.
Yeah,
Which
you
means
scratch
most
off a serial
likely-
number. It's not that bad.
All right, fine. I
Most
won't.
likely-
I won't try to give you a beautiful start over for you and the
mean-
daughter that you said you had.
I just I don't like the
No.
idea that you might. I don't want to be kept like a pet. You know, I have my own apartment that I pay out of pocket, not through corporate accounts. I understand.
Yeah, you think
want to keep
if-
a close eye on me, but like, I don't want to.
you have information on us, so you don't think they have information on your non-corporate stuff?
Maybe, but
All right.
I'm willing to take that risk if it means I don't get treated like a pet.
I mean, the first place you go to, you're probably going to get called in. Then you're just going to be dead again.
No, that's all right. I didn't ever intend to treat him like a pet, but he's good.
I mean, who do you guys even work for? I don't know.
Freelance.
Okay, that really clears it up.
Do you need to know more?
This city works for me.
Interesting. You don't look like someone who would be called the Queen, but okay. I've seen weirder stuff in my time, so sure. But I mean, yeah, I'd rather the possibility of me going home to my not super lavish apartment, but pretty decent apartment, and not being treated like a dog, instead of, you know, being chained and collared and time for walkies, human. I've seen
You're
that
really
movie.
That was a
projecting a
joke.
lot. You're really projecting a lot. Are you
It's-
sure you don't have a kink?
Well, Adam, also, if you think about it, you can just go to his apartment and protect
This
him.
is mine now, human. You
No,
are still
it's,
my pet.
it's all right. He can go home. He can go home. We won't keep him, I guess.
I mean,
You guys,
I mean, if you guys could drop me off at my my Ripper, that would be great. At least you could probably get most of the stuff back online, so I could walk.
well, Arlo, you're the
Or
one with
you
the
could
car.
Take me to your place for now. And
Fine.
I could fix it myself.
Drive him.
What was that, Harlow?
I said I'll drive him.
We have all the information we can get out of him. So,
Well, what do you guys want to do with the dead body? We just leave him here, huh?
Probably not a good idea. That's when people start asking stupid questions.
Adam, with the history
mean-
check that you made about the structure earlier, you would know that. I mean, although it's not a den of activity, no one also really asks what happens at a parking garage or a parking tower. It's more so they pay people to clean this stuff up, and you're also paying to be here. So for the underground stuff, they're not going to be like, "Oh, hey, we got you on camera. You're doing some naughty stuff." It's more so, "Oh, there's another body down there." Someone must have snuck.
Yeah. As long as we don't lollygag, it shouldn't matter.
With how long you've been around as well, you would have heard some stories of like people disappearing and then their bodies being found in parking garages, like days or weeks later, and just no one came across them.
There's so many levels and they're built so weird. It's so hard to find the exits. You know, people just end up lost.
And we didn't kill him.
Wink, wink.
We didn't. We tried to save him.
Yeah. I just don't think I'm a very good doctor.
You're a better doctor than my actual doctor.
Yeah.
Says Harlow.
Harlow's actual doctor. All right, we need to check your ears. Pulls out a table saw. Whee!
Wait.
All right, we're just gonna give a little cut open and look inside. No. They pull out a giant camcorder. All right, it's time for the colonoscopy. I don't think that fits in there.
Yes, it does.
If we
If
we apply enough pressure, it will.
Oh no.
Adam, give me a perception check. Or actually, no. Give me an investigation.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. My much worse stat, 3.
Oh. Yikes.
It's okay.
You didn't realize it until now, but there's a message from like much earlier in the day. Like we're talking maybe as soon as you maybe half an hour after you had left Hard Deck's place. That is just like a security alert for the general bar above his nest. And it hasn't been looked at by anyone else that's on the security account.
Oh. I'll make everyone aware of it in comm. No, there's I think this was what the distraction was for. I have a bad feeling about the security alert.
Well, that's not good.
As you say, I have a bad feeling about the security alert. A surprisingly tall, furry creature named Chewbacca next to you lets out a wild growl.
Ah, a furry! Punch.
No, not a furry!
Keep your yiff away from me, you monster!
I've seen what you do to my favorite games.
I can't do the gargle. I can only do the pitch.
I can't either. It looks like Chowdinius is gone for now. Do we want to end for now, and then we'll pick up with this right where we are next session?
We could pick up with dropping the guy off too, or
Okay,
like,
yeah.
no, wait, no. There's a security alert. We could pick up with arriving at the bar because we'd probably be like, "Sorry, dude, you can walk home."
You push him out. None of his bionics are working. I can't move. You can crawl.
Roll.
Crawl.
You've got a belly. I have seen people do the worm.
Scum like you are used to crawling.
Wow.
Says Adam, the person who beat the crap out of him in the middle of a park.
It was his fault.
Me, buddy.
It wasn't my fault. He's the bad guy.
As everyone begins piling in after Adam has told them all, after everyone begins piling into the car after Adam has told them all that there's a security alert at the bar that's gone off, the camera fades to black as the car pulls out of the parking lot, out of the darkness of the parking garage corner, and lingers on. Like the camera pans down to the dead body of Jim, who is just like, now his chest has, like, the left side of his chest where his heart used to be looks more swollen than before when Adam was like actually trying to resuscitate him. And then a flash cut to Buddy beaten up and in like a pile of blood on the ground as the camera pans up and like begins moving through the bar, and we see Selena, the bartender, also on the floor in a pile, in a smaller puddle, but still a puddle nonetheless of her own blood. And then it fades through a wall, and we see Hard Deck, one hand on his computer and his other hand barely grasping a pistol, aiming it up. As the camera begins to pan with the barrel of the gun, we see a man with one eye blue and one eye like glowing red. I didn't want to have to kill you, but we made a truce 20 years ago, and now I have to do the one thing I didn't want to. Jerusian. It's sad to see the Keimler family end like this, with you dead and me abandoning that forgotten name. And then it would show the end of a gleaming sword just covered in sanguine scarlet. And with that, the camera fades to black, and the sound of something slicing through wet chunks comes in, and credits roll.
The camera sweeps across a blade covered in a sanguine veil. Shing, shing.
You hear
in the back of Adam's head.
You hear
I wanted my pet.
yeah.
He's not a pet.
I
No.
wanted to keep my baby dog.
It's not a pet guy. That makes it weird.
No, y'all are gonna stick me as like the